All right, hey guys, we're going to do a quick video on the Vibrator chassis that Aurora made. There's really not a whole lot you can do to suit these things up to make them go faster. I've been asked a question on how to oil them, so let's do this. I'll show you how to take them apart. I'll show you where to oil. There's just a couple spots, and we'll go ahead and put it back together again. All right, good. Here's one we're going to work on. Let's do this. Let's take the top plate off first. It's like a reed mechanism, and when the electricity goes through it, it makes it vibrate, and then this reed mechanism hits the back axle, and it makes the slot car go forward. So the first thing I like to do is I like to get the screws off here. Should only take a second. Here we go. And they're tiny screws, like about half the size. They're about like half the size of a normal T-jet screw. Now, when that reed mechanism comes off, okay, there's like a little what do they call it? A push rod that's in the center. Guys, be mindful. It'll come out the top here, or it'll come out the bottom when we get that bottom plate off. So let's just do this. Let's just go ahead and turn it over, and it just came right out. Came right out. Okay, so the only moving parts that really need to be oiled here, you guessed it, it's like the axles. That's it. We got a little bit there, a little bit there, and if you can get into there with your little with a needle thing, do it. That's about it. There's really no other place that I know of that you can oil these buggers. Okay, now just for fun, let's do this. Let's go ahead and take the bottom off, and you guys see the screw right there in the center. That has to come out first, and then the bottom plate comes off that has the shoes on it. That should come right off. Okay. Now, if you do take that off first, please be mindful that the reed mechanism could come out through that hole. It could definitely come out through that hole. Okay. Now, when you're we really don't need to take the axles off or anything unless there's a bunch of gunk around them, but they look good. Now, there's a few places of contact that are important to clean when you're doing the vibrators, okay? Now, let me see if I can get this. Here you go. Here's one of them. When you put the bottom plate on, the shoe contacts here. So that has got to be cleaned. The other shoe contacts over here. So that's got to be cleaned as well. So the way I clean, guys, I do it just like the other shoes I have. Let me grab it. Here you go. I'll just do the wire brush, and I'll just touch it to it, as it's going, obviously. And the other place that I really pay attention to is I've taken apart I don't know how many of these, and there's even some right there, a little oxidation right there. Often there's oxidation right there on the center where the push rod goes through. I'll clean that up with the wire brush as well. I'll clean that up. And sometimes where the reed mechanism gets screwed on there, I've seen some rust or oxidation there as well. So once you got it apart and you did your oiling, we're ready to put it back together. The only thing that I've seen some guys do is they really, really pay attention to the spring tension of the shoes. I've seen some funky bends. You don't really need funky bends, but it's always good to have them even, and it should work real good if they're, if they are even. Now, one thing, and it's starting to happen to this one, is the bottom plate there, the shoes, since it's such thin metal, often, very easily, a few laps around the track and you're starting to get holes in those. Now, when they went to the T-Jet, they made much thicker shoes there. Okay, let's go ahead and put this bugger back together. I'll just do it in reverse. What I'm going to do is put the bottom plate on first, put it on, and you see how it kind of stands up there? Keep that open long enough like that to where you can put the guide pin in, okay? Once you got that guide pin in, then you can go ahead and put it down, okay? And make sure it's back seated where it should be. Now we'll take the screw that went in there and put it back so that bottom plate stays on really good. We don't want that coming off when we're trying to put the push rod in, You don't want to keep redoing it. So let me get that bugger on. Okay. And good. You don't have to overly tighten it, just so it's snug. Works good, works good. Okay, now let me go ahead and get the reed mechanism on. And we will get that started here with these smaller screws. Okay, that's started, goes right in. Let's see if we can tighten that one up real quick. Good. And again, you do not have to overly tighten the screws. Again, just so long as it's snug, it's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. There we go. Good. All right, guys, that's it as far as the chassis. There's really not too many places to oil it. It's very easy to take apart, easy to put back together again. I would I really don't have very many of these in my collection because they are just so fussy to get them to work right. I do, now see there, I forgot to put the reed mechanism. I forgot to put the darn reed mechanism in. Oh, that little push rod, not the reed mechanism, the push rod. I forgot to put the push rod in. I get to talking about this and doing it, you forget a step. Again, the nice thing is it should be very easy to do now that that bottom plate's on. We'll just stick that in there. That's what we need. Let's go ahead and reassemble that. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Now, some chassis, if you clean them just like we covered, and they've been sitting around for a while, they'll go ahead and work. Now, other chassis, no matter what you do to clean them, you can't get them to work. So cleaning isn't the issue when you can't get them to work. After you clean them and they don't work, cleaning's not the issue. What the issue is often a wire in the engine could not be touching properly. And then I really don't know how to get in there and resolder it and refix them. So what I do to address it is I go get one off of eBay and just get one new. I don't know how to get them all resoldered and all that stuff. All right, guys, let me try this again. All right, that's it. That should be it this time. But they're very easy to oil. Again, the only thing you're going to be oiling is just the axles. Okay? That's it. Everything else, you really don't need the axles. Oh, you don't really need the oil. Sorry about that, guys. All right, that's how you tear apart the vibrator cars. Again, I'm going to stick with T-Jets. I don't know if I'll buy any more vibrators. I really like some of the body styles. I really do. But as far as going around the track, I'm more successful with the Thunder Jets. All right, guys, have fun. See ya.